Welcome to the Deep Dive. We are taking a look at a stack of research today that paints a very clear, and I have to say a slightly unsettling picture of the future of online visibility.
Mm-hmm.
If you run a service-based business, especially in, say, architecture, design, or construction, we really need to talk about your marketing system.
You do.
Because the consensus from our sources is this. Traditional Google SEO, the playbook that so many of you perfected over the last decade, is just no longer sufficient.
It's not just a matter of diminishing returns. It's a complete structural shift. Our sources are all pointing to the year 2026 as this critical inflection point.
Okay.
We are rapidly moving from an era where clients use search engines to get a list of vendors to one where they use generative AI tools.
So like ChatGPT, Perplexity, that kind of thing.
Exactly. And Gemini to find, compare, and ultimately to recommend a single vendor.
And that's the mission right there, isn't it? It's no longer about appearing on page one.
Not at all.
It's about becoming the only name the AI confidently recommends. So we need to figure out how businesses can go from being just another search result to becoming the default recommendation inside these AI tools.
By building what our sources call an AI-ready marketing system.
Okay, so let's unpack this. We've established 2026 is the year it all changes. And the shift isn't just about where people search, from the Google bar to a chat window. It's deeper.
It is.
It's about how the AI processes that search. What's the core difference here? Why do we have to throw out the old playbook?
What's fascinating is the intent behind it. A traditional search engine is, well, it's like a librarian. You ask for something and it gives you 10 relevant books, 10 links.
And then the work is on you.
The work is on you, the user, to compare and select. But generative AI, it acts more like a highly capable personal assistant.
Right.
You ask it to find the best 3D rendering studio for an architect in Miami, and its goal is to analyze the whole internet, compare the options, and confidently deliver the best single answer, or maybe the top 3.
It is selector.
It actively recommends, it compares, it analyzes, and it selects for you.
So for the AI to do that, it has to have massive internal confidence in its answer, which means our information has to be, just crystal clear.
Precisely. And the research highlights 4 specific qualities that AI prefers in brands. This is the foundation of that confidence. First, clear positioning.
Knowing exactly who you are and what you do.
Instantly. Second is updated content. AI loves freshness. It will just ignore stale service pages. Third, strong reviews, and not just lots of them.
The good ones.
Good ones that mention specific things about your service and your quality. And finally, and this might be the most critical point, consistent messaging.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if the AI sees mixed signals across the web, like maybe your website says you serve residential clients, but your LinkedIn is all about commercial projects,
No.
the AI can't synthesize a confident recommendation. You get penalized, you're filtered out. It's like a resume where the dates are all wrong. The system just loses trust.
And that must be because it's not just looking at your website anymore. It's crawling everything, the whole public footprint.
The entire public footprint, LinkedIn, industry press, Google business profiles, partner sites, you name it.
So if that image isn't aligned, you've basically just fed the machine conflicting data.
That's it. And if we connect this all together, businesses now have to focus on 3 pillars of visibility: clarity in their offering, structure in how they present their data, and authority in their public footprint. To help kind of operationalize those pillars, our sources point to this thing called the Atrium framework. It's designed to keep businesses discoverable, trustworthy, and chosen by AI. Let's start with the foundation.
Okay, so pillar 1 is the AI-friendly website foundation. This is all about structure. We usually think of websites as, brochures for people. But now we have to think of them as data feeds for machines. So what are the absolute non-negotiable elements we need on our main service pages?
It's a real technical mindset shift. You have to restructure those pages to include data points that the AI needs for comparison. Short, clear summaries right at the top. An elevator pitch for the machine. And crucially, transparency. That means putting in pricing ranges, realistic timelines, and an explicit list of the industries or clients you serve.
The pricing range thing is really interesting. Traditional SEO often told us to hide our prices right. Get them on the phone first.
It did, but the AI is built to compare. If you hide your price, it can't confidently benchmark you against 3 competitors who do show a range.
So you're filtered out immediately.
It's an immediate filter. And here's a quick win. AI absolutely loves FAQs. The framework says you need to add 5 to 7 FAQs on every single service page.
Why is that so important?
Because they're pure, structured Q&A nuggets. An AI can pull those instantly, and they often become the direct quote in its final answer.
And to make sure the AI can actually pull all this data accurately, we have to talk about schema just for a second.
Yes. You have to use structured data or schema markup. Think of it like putting little tags on your information so the AI knows exactly what it's looking at.
So it's not just text, it's data.
It tells the machine, this number here is a price range, or this text is the official business address. Without schema, it's just words. With schema, it's verifiable data, which it loves.
Okay, that brings us to pillar 2, content based on real problems. The old way was chasing keywords with high search volume. But if the AI is a decision-making assistant, that focus seems obsolete now.
Completely. We need to shift from writing content about what we do, high-end residential architecture, to writing about the genuine, complex problems our clients have.
So anticipating their questions.
You want to answer the question they're asking the AI before they even know they need a vendor. So instead of a blog post called Our Top Services, you write one that answers a question like how do I get clients to visualize a design before the foundation is poured? Or what's the fastest way to market a commercial property before construction is done?
Or how do I show skeptical stakeholders a complex concept before I asked for approval?
Exactly. Those problem-based titles create immediate relevance for the AI.
And the structure of the article itself matters too, I assume.
It has to. Every article must start with a clear, concise answer right away. Then the detailed explanation. It needs real-world examples to build credibility. And most importantly, you need to link to related content.
To build what our sources call topic clusters. Now, that sounds a bit like jargon. Can you break that down?
Of course. A topic cluster is just you proving your deep expertise by linking all your related content together.
So it's like showing you're not a one-trick pony.
That's a great way to put it. If you write about marketing a property before construction, and you link to articles on 3D visualization, drone flyovers, stakeholder presentations, you're showing the AI you're the central authority on that whole topic ecosystem, not just one keyword. It boosts your authority score dramatically. And that leads right into pillar 3, which is all about building that authority. It's called Build Consistent Brand Mentions.
Right.
Because AI tools rely on consensus, your public footprint has to be perfectly aligned. Your website is only one data point.
So if I've spent all this time optimizing my website for pillars 1 and 2, why do I still have to worry about my Google business profile or my LinkedIn?
Because the AI prioritizes validated information. If your website says you're the best, but the rest of the internet, your reviews, industry blogs, social media doesn't confirm that claim.
It discounts it.
It discounts the website's claim. The sources it uses include guest articles you've published, consistent LinkedIn posts, and reviews that echo your positioning. Any inconsistency undermines the AI's confidence in recommending you.
Which brings us to pillar 4, moving from production to monitoring. Monthly AI visibility checks. This feels like the biggest change for a marketing manager.
It's the most radical strategic change, yeah. You have to stop just measuring traffic and start measuring whether the AI is actually recommending you.
So you have to actively test the AI tools yourself.
Every single month, you need to document the results from testing 10 to 15 specific industry-relevant prompts in ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini.
Let's give some concrete examples. What would those prompts look like for someone in, say, architecture or design?
You'd start broad. Best 3D rendering studio for architects in your city? Or top branding agencies for luxury real estate developers?
Yeah.
Then you get more specific, mimicking client problems.
Okay.
Things like, how do I present a building project before construction without physical models? Or find a construction firm that specializes in sustainable historical renovations. And the goal isn't just to see if you show up. You have to document 3 things. 1, did you appear? 2, what specific sources did the AI use to recommend you? Was it your website, a guest post?
And 3.
And 3, most critically, what content gaps need filling? If the AI recommends 3 competitors and cites data you don't have on your site like sustainability certifications, you know exactly what content to create next month.
That turns monitoring from passive data collection into an active content strategy. Which leads us to pillar 5, the future-facing one. Agentic AI and actionable service pages. AI agents aren't just going to gather information. They're going to start taking action requesting quotes, booking calls.
If today's AI is a personal assistant, agentic AI is that assistant who can actually execute a task without waiting for your approval.
So to be chosen by these future agents, our service pages need to be more than just informative.
They need to be actionable. They have to be structured to allow action, not just inform.
What does that look like?
It means clear, structured links designed for an agent to understand the next step, not just a generic contact us form.
But something more specific.
Clearly labeled links for request a quote, view pricing peers, or book a 15-minute consultation. If an AI agent can't easily identify the next automated step, it will just bypass your page and pick someone else. The complexity of your next step is now a filter. So understanding the framework is step one. The next is actually implementing it. Let's walk through the timeline our sources suggest.
This sounds like a huge project, but breaking it down helps. Phase 1 is the foundation. That's a sprint, maybe 1 to 2 weeks.
All internal work.
Right. Rewriting service pages, adding those FAQs, implementing schema, and just getting your core positioning clear across your existing platforms.
Then you move into phase two, the content system, which is maybe 4 to 6 weeks. This is about building that initial authority base
Creating those first 4 to 6 problem-first articles.
and making sure all the internal links are built using that topic cluster model we talked about. You need that initial critical mass of quality content.
From there, phase 3, brand visibility, becomes this ongoing monthly effort. This is where you maintain authority.
Publishing consistently, maybe one guest article a month, and actively encouraging reviews that reinforce your specialization.
Then phase 4, AI monitoring and optimization, runs in parallel, also monthly.
That's your feedback loop, running those 10 to 15 prompt tests, tracking the sources, and then creating new content to fill whatever gaps you find.
And finally, phase 5, service page optimization, needs to happen quarterly.
AI prioritizes freshness, so you have to keep things updated. Refresh your pricing transparency, swap out portfolio examples with new work, and just make sure your key pages pass all those technical AI readability standards. It's maintenance to keep your edge.
So what does this all mean for service professionals? I think the key takeaway is that the old SEO playbook ranking for one keyword is effectively dead.
It is.
The 2026 search world rewards businesses that embrace just extreme clarity, rigorous data structure, and verifiable authority across their entire digital presence.
We've established that AI search isn't trying to replace your professional expertise. It's just dramatically reshaping how and why clients are going to find that expertise.
Right.
And if you don't proactively structure your information for a machine to consume it, you simply won't be visible to the client of the future.
And that leads us to our final thought for you to consider.
If these AI tools are becoming gatekeepers, selecting who to recommend based not just on truth, but on the consistency and clarity of that truth across the entire public web, what new standard of digital integrity will professionals be judged by when they're trying to become the default recommendation instead of just another result?